So, good morning, everybody. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today, we are coming to our seventh primary chakra. This is our crown chakra or Sahasrara chakra, and it's located right here at the top of the head. So, this is the last of the seven primary chakras we're going to be working with during this 10-week class that we've been working through, and we have two more classes after this in this series. So we're going to begin with a centering. You can let yourself get comfortable by either sitting in a comfortable position, or if you'd like to lie on your back, you can do that as well. And just go ahead and feel yourself get grounded. Any parts of the body that are making a connection to another surface, just start to feel that connection to the earth as we connect to our root chakra. So if you're seated, just gently press down into your feet and find your sit bones balanced left to right. Let your shoulders roll onto the back and start to lengthen up through the crown of the head. And if you're lying on your back, go ahead and bend the knees with the feet flat on the floor. Gently feel the feet press down. Invite the pelvis to come into a neutral position and feel the spine lengthen. From here, bring your awareness to your breath. Let the eyes gently close as we begin to bring the central point of focus inward. So we are coming from busy, hyperstimulated world, and we're taking that awareness into the body and into the breath. And as you breathe in, feel the expansion of the breath container in the low belly, in the rib cage, in the chest. And as you breathe out, connect to that sense of release that comes with the exhale. Every time we exhale, there's another opportunity to let something go. So feel yourself connect to that release of breath, that release of tension in the body, that release of those heavy, nagging thoughts, or those outdated patterns and habits. Maybe even releasing emotional ties that no longer serve us. So as we've been working through the seven primary chakras, we've been working to open and clear blocks and working to allow the energy to move more freely through our physical bodies, connecting us as above and so below. And today, as we work with our crown energy center, it is about connecting to the spiritual. Connecting to something that is greater than just this individual person. Connecting to the divinity that exists within us. And connecting to our divine power. As you're ready, gently bring the hands together at heart center and bow the head. Feel the breath moving the chest. With the eyes closed, feel the thumbs gently touch the breastbone, connecting to the rise and fall of the breath in that heart space. Now from here, let the thumbs and the pinky fingers stay together and start to spread the other three fingers apart. So you're creating this mudra, or this shape of the hands. It's a lotus flower. So this is our lotus mudra. The lotus mudra represents the rooting down in the mud to rise up to the light. And that is what we've been doing in our chakra exploration, rooting down, starting that journey to rise up. And today, as we meet this crown chakra space, we are rising up to source, to the light. So we'll be working with this mudra quite a bit today in our practice. Take just another moment here to breathe. And as you're breathing, just imagine that lotus flower. It roots itself even in the murkiest, muddiest of places. And then with strength and stability rises up to blossom in the light. Take 2 more breaths, letting your focus hover around the image of a lotus flower blooming, expanding into the light. And then on your next exhale, let the hands relax down into the lap. As you inhale, lengthen through the spine, feel the crown of the head rise. And then on your exhale, drop the chin toward the chest. Gently feel the back of the throat open as you breathe, releasing tension from the neck and shoulders. As we prepare for our crown chakra meditation, it's important that we work the tension out of the physical body so that when we're ready for meditation, we're able to sit comfortable and strong. On your next inhale, come back to center. And as you exhale, let your right ear drift toward your right shoulder. And just feel a gentle stretch in the left side. So if you're lying on your back for these movements, you can simply turn your head to the right. On your next inhale, bring it back to center. And as you exhale, let the head drift to the left. So if you're seated, the left ear drops toward the left shoulder. And if you're lying on your back, the head gently turns to the left. Gradually find your way back to center. Take a big inhale through the nose. And as you exhale through the mouth, relax the jaw. Now on an inhale, gently shrug the shoulders toward the ears. Exhale from the mouth and relax the shoulders. On your next inhale, shrug the shoulders again, and this time squeeze them slightly forward. And then as you exhale, relax the shoulders. And now on your inhale, gently squeeze the shoulders back. And as you exhale, relax the shoulders. Now we'll take a moment to find circles. So as you inhale, roll the shoulders forward and up. As you exhale, take the shoulders back and relax them. Let's do that a couple of times at your own breath pace. Wiggling the tension out of the shoulders. And if you remember from our previous exploration, this is our heart space, the heart energy center. And we want this space to be soft and open as we work toward that connection to source. Now from here, let's go the other direction. So take the shoulders back, lift them up, and then roll them forward and relax them down. And do this a couple of times at your own breath pace. Good, and then just relax the elbows, relax the shoulders. Let your awareness come to your hands. We're going to come back into our lotus mudra now. So bringing the hands together, find that open shape. So the thumbs and the index finger will maintain that contact, and then the 3 middle fingers spread wide, and it creates sort of a bowl shape. So you can imagine how this looks like the blooming lotus flower. Now we're going to take this lotus flower and we're going to spin it. So your fingers are going to move forward away from you, and then you're going to roll to the tops of your hands. The fingers will point down, elbows are wide, and then the fingers move toward you as you continue to rotate the palms. And then as the fingers move up, you're going to come back into that lotus mudra. And we're just going to spin through this a couple of times. So we're combining our mudras of prayer wheel and lotus flower, preparing energetically for that rise into the light. So take one more of these. This also just helps to release tension from the fingers, from the wrists, and from the hands. Now come back to that lotus mudra, and now we're going to go the other direction. So whichever direction you were going, just reverse that. Taking big deep breaths as you spin this lotus flower, this prayer wheel. And then come back to the lotus flower. Take a big inhale, reach it up over the head, any amount. And then as you exhale, bring it back down through the midline of the body. Let it rest at heart center. Now imagine as you rest here with the thumbs at the breastbone, you lengthen up through the back of the neck on the inhale, and then just bow the head in. Imagine you're peeking down into this lotus flower at the heart. And just imagine that you're peeking down into your heart's deepest, truest desires. And as you breathe, feel yourself soften and relax a little bit more through the shoulders, through the neck, the jaw. Letting the breath move. On your next exhale, release the hands back down into the lap. Now we're going to work on our roots a little bit more here. So we're going to do some stretches for the legs. So if you're lying on your back, you're going to simply hug your right knee into your body. If you're seated, inhale to find a little bit of length in the spine, and then exhale to lift onto the right tippy toe. If that's easy for you, you can take the right thigh into both hands and give it a little lift. Or you can even come to the shin. So feel as you draw that knee in toward the body, the leg folds. Feel yourself balanced on your 2 sit bones. And let's take a moment here just to move that right foot around. So take a couple of circles with the ankle, 2 or 3 circles in each direction. Maybe pointing and flexing at the ankle and wiggling the toes. And then plant that foot firmly on the ground. If you're working on your back, maybe you stretch the arms and legs out. Find a big long stretch. Wherever you are on your exhale, bring the second knee into the body. So once again, you can simply come onto the tiptoes, or you can go for the leg, pick it up with the hands and pull it in. Finding yourself level on those sit bones, feeling the leg fold into the body, breathing. And then we'll take a moment to move the foot, taking 2 or 3 circles in each direction at the joint of the ankle. Wiggle the toes and release the foot. Take another moment to sit tall. We're going to come into our twist now. And for today, we're actually going to keep the feet on the ground. So just take the feet a little bit wider than you might normally. You're going to bring your right hand to your right knee and your left hand onto the chair slightly behind you. Now, if you're working on the mat, hang tight and I'll cue you in just a moment. So inhale to find length, exhale to turn the body to the left. So from the low belly all the way up to the crown of the head. Now, if you're working on the mat, simply bend your knees with your feet flat on the floor and drop both of your knees to the right. Let your pelvis follow the legs. Let's take a couple more breaths here, and I want you to feel while you're in this twist. Feel your roots down through the feet and through the sit bones or the pelvis. Feel the length in your long spine. Draw the navel center in. Feel that power center. Feel the heart lift and open. Gently turn the head. And let your awareness come to the center of the forehead. Just hold your focus there as we take 3 more breaths. Now, when you're ready, unwind the body, come back to center. Take a moment to breathe, to sit tall, or to rest if you're lying on your back. And from here, we'll go the other way. So if you're on your back, you're simply dropping your knees to the left. And if you're working in the chair, we're going to keep the left hand on the left knee, but the right hand's going to go behind us. We're going to inhale to sit tall and then turn the body to the right. So from the lower belly all the way up to the crown of the head. And we're going to move the awareness through these chakras another round here. So feel the root chakra through the feet, through the legs, through the sit bones. Feel the sacral chakra as you balance your weight left to right in the pelvis. Draw the navel in to feel that solar plexus power center. Feel the heart lift as you turn the chest. Long through the neck and throat, gently turning the head. Awareness to the center of the forehead. Breathing. 3 more big breaths here. And now when you feel ready, make your way back to center. Unwinding the body, coming back to rest. From here, we're going to move into our forward bend. So we're going to use our lotus flower mudra here, bringing the hands back to heart center, thumbs and index fingers together, 3 middle fingers spreading. Now, as you inhale, reach that lotus flower forward and up. As you exhale, let it move down through the midline of the body. Now, if you're lying on your back, you're going to hug both knees into your body. If you're working in the chair, you're going to fold the body over the legs. So the hands can be on the knees The forearms can rest on the thighs, or the arms can hang alongside the body. So you decide how you want to position those arms and what your range of motion is for this particular posture. Now, while you're in your forward bend, just imagine or connect to that sense of surrender. It's almost like we're bowing here in reverence and honoring of whatever it is that is greater, that greater connection to something bigger than us as individuals, more of a collective spiritual love and compassion. Take another breath or two here. Feel the breath move in the back of your body as you're breathing. Now, when you feel ready, gently draw the navel in and bring yourself out of the fold. Letting the feet come back to the floor if you're working on your back. Letting yourself rise back up to a seat if you're working in the chair. Taking just a few more breaths here. Now, we're going to find our lotus mudra again. Bringing the hands into that position. You're going to drop your elbows to your thighs and then let the head, it's like you're taking this lotus mudra and you're wrapping it around the crown of the head. So you're letting the head rest in this mudra that you've created. So almost like a child's pose. Now, if you're working on your back, you can always just bring your hands up to your head and wrap your fingers around the crown of your head. So as you're in this position, I want you again to feel the root of the feet, the legs, and the sit bones or the pelvis. Feel the length in the spine. Gently draw the navel in. Let the head be held by this lotus flower mudra. Let the head be held by the heart. So the heart, those qualities of love, compassion, empathy, and gratitude, holding the mind, allowing the mind to be in that parasympathetic nervous system, in that more spiritual space, so that we can connect to the bigger picture. Now, as you're breathing here, we're going to inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth very slowly, like you're blowing the air out through a straw. So again, the inhale comes in through the nose, and then slowly we blow it out through the mouth. In through the nose, slowly exhaling it out. Let's do 2 more of these. In through the nose, slowly out. One more time. Now gently release the head from the hands. You can lift back up to a seat if you're working in a chair. Take a moment just to sit nice and tall. Let your hands rest in a comfortable position. If you're working on your back, just let yourself rest and breathe and just notice how you feel. If there's any other movement or part of your body that wants to bend or stretch before we move into progressive relaxation, go ahead and take a moment to honor that now. if you feel ready to move into progressive relaxation, go ahead and get comfortable. So if you are seated and you'd like to elevate your legs, you can do that now, finding maybe a chair or a ball or a footstool of some sort to elevate those legs. Or you can simply recline in your chair, leaning back into the back support of your chair and letting your legs come out in front of you. If you're working on the ground, you might like a pillow behind the head or behind the knees, or you can even let your legs rest in another chair. From here, close your eyes and begin to connect to the exhale. Connecting to the letting go quality of the exhalation. The exhale serves us in continuing to work through this crown chakra by letting us release obstacles, blockages, the things that we have in our lives that prevent us from seeing the bigger picture, from connecting to the greater good. So using the exhale, we not only release the waste in the breath process, but we also have the opportunity to let go of physical tension, mental stuckness, emotional blockages, and all of those obstacles that get in the way of us living our best life. So let yourself connect to the exhale and let it translate into releasing mental, physical, and emotional obstacles that no longer serve us. Inhaling and exhaling, feeling yourself relax a little bit more into the support underneath you. Take a moment to move your awareness around your body. Notice any part of the body where you feel that you're still holding tension. Use the exhales to let go a little bit more. Notice the sensations of the feet. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, relax the feet a little bit more. Soften the toes. Relax the arches and the heels. Relax the ankles. And now guide your awareness into the legs. Notice the sensations in the legs. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, let the legs surrender to the support underneath you, relaxing more through the joints of the knees and the hips. Keep the breath moving fully and deeply, connecting to the letting go quality of the exhale. Now bring your awareness to the hands. Notice any sensations in the hands. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, relax the hands completely. Soften the fingers, the palms of the hands, and the wrists. As you relax the arms, surrender the weight of the arms to the support underneath you, softening through the joints of the elbows and the shoulders. Bring your awareness to the pelvis, noticing any sensations in the pelvis. And then take a deep breath. And as you exhale, relax all around the pelvis. Soften the muscles of the buttocks and the lower belly. Invite a sense of ease into the organs of the pelvis. And now bring your awareness to the rib cage. As you breathe in, feel the expansion of the rib cage all the way around the body. As you exhale, feel that sense of softening back to center. And now bring your awareness to the shoulders. As you inhale, feel the rise of the chest. As you exhale, relax the shoulders completely. Let the shoulder blades melt onto the back. Let your awareness come to the tailbone. Gradually working your awareness up the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Surrender the weight of the back body into the support behind and underneath you. Relaxing the lower spine, the middle spine, and the upper spine. Feeling the head gently rest on the shoulders. Take a moment to feel the gentle beating of the heart. Letting the heart rest. Inviting a sense of peace and ease into the heart. Now letting the awareness move to the neck. Take a moment to soften the throat and relax the jaw. Let the tongue rest away from the upper palate down in the lower part of the mouth. Feel the lips soften, the cheeks soften. Relax the temples. Imagine the breath gently breathed in and out through the passage of the nasal space. Feel the eyeballs resting in their sockets, the eyelids soft. As you relax the temples and the forehead, imagine the brain resting heavy in the back of the skull, quiet and peaceful. Letting your entire physical body relax. Using the breath to move the energy through the Ida and Pingala channels of the right and left nostril. Feeling the energy rise up the central Sushumna channel parallel to the spine. Let your awareness come to the top of the head, the crown, right in the center. As you're breathing here, visualize the bud of a lotus flower resting at the crown of the head. And with each breath, imagine that one petal of your lotus flower bud begins to open. And with that next breath, another petal opening. Breath by breath, visualize your lotus flower blooming, blossoming into its full potential, rising up to the light. As that lotus flower comes into bloom in its fully open space, imagine it continues to grow and rise up. Let it rise up through the ceiling, up through the roof. Let it rise up through the trees, up through the clouds. Let it rise up through the sky, piercing through the atmosphere of our planet, up into the ethers of space. And continue to imagine that lotus flower rising up to source. With each breath, receiving the light, the energy, the divinity of source into your lotus flower. Let that light shine from your lotus flower down the stem, back through the crown of your head. Let it fill your physical body from the toes, up the legs, from the fingertips, up the arms, from the spine, at the tailbone, all the way up to the crown of the head, connecting to that divine energy of source, whatever that is for you. Maybe it's God, maybe it's the cosmos or universal energy. Maybe you have a different name for it. Feel your connection to the greater good, your connection to source and all beings everywhere. Now slowly begin to visualize your lotus flower coming back to rest at the top of the head, and see that light from source shining all the way down into each and every petal, into the center of your lotus, down through the Sushumna Nadi, that energy channel that connects our 7 primary chakras. Let yourself breathe here for a moment longer, feeling, recognizing, and reflecting on your connection to the divine, and recognizing that we are conduits of the divine energy. Let that energy heal whatever needs to be healed within the physical, the mental, the emotional, the energetic bodies. And then from here, take a deep breath in through the nose and a full breath out through the mouth. Begin to let go of any imagery that you're still working with. Take a moment to move your tongue over your teeth. Feel the weight of your physical body on the support beneath you. Slowly turn your head from side to side and wiggle your fingers and your toes. Move the wrists and the ankles. If the legs are elevated, take a moment to work your feet off of that surface and back down to the floor. If you're working on a mat, take a moment to roll to one side and then make your way to seated. If you're working in the chair, reestablish that firm, grounded sense of the posture. Press the feet into the earth. Let your hands rest on your thighs. Feel that inner lift up through the crown of the head. As you inhale, reach the arms out, around, and up, gathering up all of this beautiful energy we pulled down today. Find the lotus mudra over the head, thumbs and index fingers touching, 3 middle fingers spreading, and slowly bring that lotus flower to rest at the top of the head, honoring our connection to something greater. Now bring that lotus flower to rest at the center of the forehead, that space of the third eye, honoring our intuition. Let that lotus flower come to rest at the center of the throat, honoring our ability to connect and communicate. Let the lotus flower come to rest at the center of the chest, honoring those qualities of the heart: love, compassion, empathy, and gratitude. Let the lotus flower come to rest at the belly, at the navel center, drawing the navel in, honoring that sense of worth and personal power. Let the lotus flower come to rest at the pelvis, honoring our creativity, our sensuality, and our passion. And finally, let the hands come to rest on the thighs, honoring our connection to this planet as we root through the feet and sit bones. Bring the hands together at heart center. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, gently drop the chin toward the chest. The light in me sees and honors that same light in each of you, the light of the divine, the light of the higher reason and awareness, the light of bliss. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Namaste.